Whereas at first I thought he was the absolute form of evil, with a little bit of free thinking, I realized that while he may not be the hero that we want, he's the hero that we desperately need.
Were we watching the same film?
He warned his fellow denizens on Titan to act to control the population, and they didn't, and much pain and suffering was caused by that inaction, by the inability to make hard decisions for the sake of the future.
So what, the ends justify the means? Overpopulation's a much more complex issue than that, and killing half the population is not the only potential solution to it.
When he killed Loki, who attacked him, I felt without thinking that Thanos was evil. But then again, Thanos would have let Loki live had he just given him the Space Stone and not attacked.
Let's just forget the part where Thanos committed genocide of all the Asgard. Committed genocide of all the Asgards.
Thor demonstrates his anger at Thanos for killing his brother Loki and his friend Heimdall. But he should only be angry at himself for not just handing Thanos the stone. Nobody had to die in that situation.
Nobody had to die? What about half the universe when Thanos gets all the Infinity Stones? Did you forget about that part?
They think his plot to wipe out half of all life in the universe is insane and malevolent. But as Thanos says, it's merciful. And can any of us really argue with that? Death is always mercy. There is no suffering when you're dead.
No suffering? What about all the loved ones that are going to be left behind when half of them are still alive, huh? You know what? I have a good book for you. How about Ghost Story by Jim Butcher, part of the Dresden Files series? You know, the one where Dresden dies, and everyone he knows and loves suffers for it? Alright. Well, to end this off, I'm going to read off a paragraph here from an article I looked up. Because, you know, doing a bit of research on overpopulation probably is kind of required to deduce whether or not Thanos' solution is actually an ethical one or not. Or rather, if it's necessary or not. Current overpopulation might also be a temporary concern. Although population growth hasn't stopped, it has slowed significantly. And some projections predict the stats will plateau, or peak then decline, at about 11 billion around the year 2100. The overpopulation concept also assumes Earth has limited resources due to a carrying capacity. But this might be irrelevant because humans are able to use artificial means, farming and other technologies, to engineer ecosystems, sustain populations beyond the natural limits. Overpopulation is currently a complicated problem, so it's ironic that a complex supervillain like Thanos has oversimplified the issue to too many people. Thanos isn't some hero who is going to save the universe or anything. He's just an insane lunatic who doesn't think through the entirety of the issue. You know, he's quick to jump to the quickest and easiest solution to a problem without actually thinking about the repercussions for his actions. And is too dense to, do actual research to figure out solutions that might actually solve the problem. I mean, even if Thanos succeeds, one, it's only a temporary solution. The population will continue to increase after he's killed half the universe. Meanwhile, he's just taken away potential people who might have been working on the solution, a more permanent solution. So way to go, Thanos. You're a mass murderer. You didn't even actually solve the problem. You just delayed the inevitable.